Reed, you are right. Whatever you say, you are right. I made a video to suggest a tier 4 for you. It's not my fault to suggest a unique tier 4 for you. Hello gang, welcome to the channel, and today we're gonna go through Mr. Fantastic Reed Recharge. And Reed Recharge is, I've said before, one of my favorite heroes of Marvel. Of course, I love a lot of them, you know, Venom and stuff like that, but the classic hero dude is Mr. Fantastic for me. I liked Spider-Man, but yeah, Mr. Fantastic is supposed to be one of the smartest dudes into the Earth, actually. And he is really strong generally. I like the fact that he is going elastic, you know, with his skills, and generally he has this ability because of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm elastic myself. They called me Mr. Fantastic because, you know, I'm super flexible. But yes, the zoom I have right here doesn't really help. So level 80, Mr. Fantastic. Finally, I did all the potentials. During my live stream, I checked him a bit, but yeah, I was trying to figure out his rotation. He feels to be proc friendly. It's really easy. You just need to press third skill, cancel immediately into your fifth skill, delay cancel into your fourth skill, and if you have your sixth skill, you're going immediately from your fourth skill into your sixth skill, because your fourth skill has a proc on it. And this proc activates immediately, so you need to go through really fast. But I'm gonna do the surprise, and I did equip a mighty rage on my character and test him for GBR, ABX, and 2 world boss that before him you could only use just one support. Because guys, there is an issue with combat human dudes. There's not a lot of leaderships or supports on Awaken and tier 3 category. You know, you can use a lot of them on ABX and ABBL, but especially for World Boss Legend, there is only Taskmaster. There is no one else that can use as support, and the fact that the Thing can go and support Reed Recharge there gives you the opportunity to climb some stages that before you were needed tier 4 for sure. Now you can do it with level 80, and that's no other than now 89 and also Gorr 49 before actually the nerf. But yeah, I'm gonna show you how fast he can actually do 49 Gorr, guys. He can do the challenges, he can do everything. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Yeah, let's go through this. I don't believe that CTP of Rage is the best CTP for him, and I'm gonna explain later on why, but I'm using it to see how he performs for, you know, ABX that you are actually need a rage to go through, and also to see the value of using him with rage on World Boss Legend, and if it's worth going for it. So yeah, before we go through that, guys, I want you to make sure that you have smashed the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let me know in which state it's your Mr. Fantastic. It's he level 80, it's he, sorry bro, I can't participate right now, but yeah, how your Mr. Fantastic looks like. Still level 60, you don't even own the character? Let me know in the comments, I'm really curious, and if you're planning to build him, of course. And yes, I have done a video actually for Reed, and I was feeling bad before we even get him. The moment I saw the update, I was like, oh my god, we just took Gladiator. He can't be better than Gladiator. We just took, you know, Hulk for human combat type on ABL. So yeah, I was already sad for him, but as it seems, I saw Alex's video also previously, and he did really nice with the CTP of Energy, so he is super proc friendly. But at least feels like he has a place for the specific reason I said before. You can use him as level 80 with Think as support when there is no other support than Taskmaster. But yeah, generally speaking, without Franklin as a support and Franklin's artifact, you can't actually use him for, you know, timeline battle or PvP. Also, you can't use him for ABL and ABX because there is Gladiator, as I told you, there is Dr. Octopus, there is Hulk, you know, all these meta characters. And as he is proc friendly, he feels like that you need to, you know, let a gap between the rotations and just focus on doing a perfect rotation, proc on 6 skill, proc on 4 skill. So yeah, let's go through some content and let me show you the stage actually I'm talking about. It's this stage, Gorr 49. You can see here the, you know, the restrictions are combat and human. And if you are combat and human and you have your own leadership here, as you can find support, and it's only these two. There is no other. I recorded the video right now, so they are locked. That's why you can't see them. Of course, there is also Titania and there is also Agent Venom. But the only other character can get advantage from this is this one. And for Titania, of course, she can do the strong characters he can support, which is, I think, Namor. So you don't have him even here, you know, there's no other support strong. I don't feel like this is a strong. And yes, you have the leadership of specific characters, but yeah, he has super duper leadership, you know, and he also gets this buff here and this buff here from Beast. It's 25% against both types and 40% basic attack, so it's in total like 65% damage, so feels really cool. Let's see how he performing with a CTP of Rage. This stage, of course, after the nerf, feels to be way easier. As you can see there, I used 3 cancel, 5 delay cancel, 4th skill, and to be 100% sure with your 5th skill, you wanna see him shooting with his gun. But the moment you have ready this tier 3 skill, you need to be really fast and press 4 cancel tier 3 immediately, or else you're gonna end up losing the proc of the 4th skill inside your 6th skill. As you can see here, I managed to go through 15 bars with 1 tier 3 rotation, while my normal rotation is kind of struggling. As you can see here, it's like 2 to 3 bars, and the moment you press your tier 3, he is exploding the damage and he's deleting the boss. This is really impressive, you know. I really like the fact that he has the big Suto move, you know. He's going there and punching and punching. I would like to be honest, you know, I have made a video on the future tier 4s I wish we had, and I have done a showcase for the tier 4 and tier 3 skill that I wish we had for Reed after getting, you know, a rework for him. And now we took the rework, and yeah, there is no cancel of Reeds. I was wishing for a cancel of Reeds through his tier 4 because, you know, his powers is crazy into the comics, and the cancel of Reeds, you can see here, less than 90 seconds with Mighty Rage. So you know that even with the proccing obelisk, you would be able to pull out even better damage. 1 minute and 24 means like 84 seconds. 84 seconds for, you can do stage 100 seconds for sure here. As you can see, it's really strong tier 3 skill, and I wish we had, you know, cancel of reads, different reads popping out, doing something with his mind, you know. He's really smart, dude. Give him something else than punches. But yes, it is what it is. We can't have everything. He feels solid, to be honest, for World Boss Legend. If you're struggling having a combat human at level 80 and you don't even have a tier 4, you know, he feels solid for that. And let's see what he's able to do for now. Same thing, same situation. It's a stage that you can't actually go and use a lot of characters there. And in this stage, 89, the restrictions are even bigger, you know. You can't even use, how it's called, you can't even use villains. You have to use only heroes, so no Taskmaster. And that's, you know, an advantage that it's really big, you know. In the one situation, if you're playing with Black Panther, if you're playing with Moon Knight, the best case scenario for you is having a leadership like 50%, 60%, I can't remember. I think Blade is for Moon Knight, and for Black Panther is someone like Punisher or something, or She-Hulk. Yeah, there were She-Hulk also. But yes, I mean, you can't get any buffs from supports. The only character that can actually get buffs from support is Venom. So yeah, you can have your life easier clearing these stages. As you can see here, he's kind of struggling. He's kind of struggling because at level 80, you know, you need some ignore dodge still, and you also okay, elbows big here. He's talking about Cleandon. It's a dude from our alliances, and we always making fun of him that he's too old, and he said that he's older than dirt. So yeah, that old. Okay, more notification dropping from YouTube. Okay, guys, okay, sorry for that. But yes, the point is that Mr. Fantastic for World Boss Legend, in my mind, he's really useful. But yes, you need to use him with a proc, with an energy, with a mighty energy. Mighty destruction would be the CTP that I'm gonna end up being with him, because of the guard break immunity and the hybrid character that the CTP has. So you can utilize him both on Alliance Conquest and some PV, you know, clearing some stages for World Boss Legend. But you can see here, being at 3 minutes at this state of the fight means that you can actually barely do it. But for your own information, if you want to know how I was doing it with Black Panther at tier 4 with Mighty Raids, or Moon Knight with Brilliant Raids, and a Mighty Energy, you can go there and look at when I was comparing Moon Knight with Black Panther. It's I'm gonna drop on the description a video on that, or you can Google, you know, on my videos, and you can find out that I was struggling still at tier 4 with Moon Knight and tier 4 with Black Panther. I was struggling, but that's for that. The problem here is that you can't use supports. So when you're having access to an extra support like Think and your own leadership, which is so generous, you know, it's 65% attack, feels like you're having an extra buff. So if you were struggling in these stages, he is the best case scenario to do it at level 80. And of course, if you tier for him, he's gonna do it like walk in the park with an obelisk or something. But for level 80, it's really impressive. At the best case scenario I had was like 1 minute left. I end up clearing with you know, crystals, the timing, the challenges, because there were no chance to do them. But I feel like Mr. Fantastic could do the challenges with a Mighty Destruction in tier 4, or a Mighty Destruction, you know, the 150 seconds probably. So he's kind of strong. From the other side, let's check out what he's able to do on ABX. So what I was saying before about the way his rotation is that, you know, he don't have the continuous of the damage to enable over and over the CTP of Rage, the Mighty Raids, or the normal raids. And also in between his rotation there is some gaps that you can't actually feel it with doing one cancel 2, and there is some damage on the second skill. As you can see, he is jumping there and dropping some damage, but yeah, it's not a big deal. His damage feels like he's underperforming, to be honest. The good part is that you can use him without swapping or something. He has the cancel effect 4 times into his kit on his 2nd, 5th, 4th and 3rd skill. But yeah, other than that, you know, at the end of the day, he couldn't pass 10 million for me. Of course, I didn't play perfectly, you know, I never play perfectly. But yeah, it could be better for sure, but this is not what I'm looking for from a character. I was doing, to be honest, way more with my Moon Knight and way more with my Black Panther. It was like 13 million with both, but I'm talking about tier 4. At level 80, to be honest, I can't even remember my performance on ABX with any of the characters. I know for sure that I was hitting 13 to 14 with Gladiator at level 80, so Gladiator is better, but you already knew that, I guess. And now with my Gladiator, I hit 18 million. Gladiator actually is the character that I can cap this day. So yeah, I can't have a number in my mind for level 80 that it's proper. Gladiator, actually, yeah, why not? Gladiator on my video with Mighty Raids hit 14 million. And he can hit 10 million. So for ABX and ABBL, he is bad. And the last thing I want to mention is GBR. Also guys, for the video you need to consider that I have up something else also, and that's his build. During all the recording I was doing, I had just slapped a mighty rage on him, and I didn't had check what his stats looks like, and I was undercapped on critical rate for like 3 to 4% and undercapped on dodge rate. So the results you're seeing here could be even better if I had proper build on my character, but if you go through you can figure out that I didn't even had full Odin's blessing. I passed through the rotations and all the stuff just to show you the timing, because I guess for GBR you already have your characters, you don't waiting your read to come and do damage for you. And I also had a disadvantage against this boss. The boss is blast type and my character is combat type, so he was kind of struggling for a mighty rage, to be honest. I end up being into the last phase, you know, the phase that you need to hide there, with like 737 into the timer. So it took me like 2 minutes and 30 seconds to pass through all this. That means that he can do it even with a disadvantage, and if the boss was speed type he could do even faster, but yeah, that's not really impressive. Overall, the character for a medium player or a veteran player is a pass. You know, you don't actually need him for anything else than the World Boss Legend I mentioned. He's not good for ABL, not good for ABX, and I don't feel like he's gonna be meta for PvP anytime soon. I mean, they need to ban everyone else, and they need to give a buff on Franklin's artifact, and give Franklin an artifact to all the people, you know, or else I can't see him being used anywhere else in the game except the World Boss Legend I already mentioned, because he has the buff from thing that others missing. He is proc friendly, so you can even use him with an obelisk, you can use him with an energy or a mighty destruction. Anything else could make him underperforming. And for PvP, I would like to test him, but yeah, I don't feel like it's gonna work. And yes, that was my prediction a couple of weeks ago when I saw the tier 4 Fantastic Four actually update. I was like, you know what, he's gonna fit nowhere. And yeah, I was wrong, because he fits to level 80 World Boss Legends for the people that missing tier 4s, I guess. Yeah, but what I'm saying, he is kind of bad, guys. He's kind of bad, and I'm sad because yeah, I probably gonna unequip this mighty rage and I'm not gonna use him anytime soon. Perhaps a PvP showcase, yeah, but I feel like it's a waste again. They should give him something different. They should give him something, you know, in the tier 4, something like the Council of Reeds. Give him different abilities every single time, somehow, you know. The Council of Reeds have Reed Richards from multiverses, and each of them has different skill set. They could make him swap from combat to something else, you know. There's so many things that they could do with this character, but they drop him to be doomed after, you know, Wolverine being meta, Gladiator being meta. There is so many good characters, Dr. Octopus, Hulk, and he is worst for, you know, for the meta of the game, ABX, ABBL, and PvP. Yeah, he is doomed, bro. He is doomed. And let's wait and see about Doctor Doom, if he is Fantastic Four or something. But yeah, there is no way this character is going to be meta for something. Sadly, and I love him, sadly, no. It's a pass for most of us. I hope I helped you decide what you're gonna do with Reed Richards. For me, I'm sad, as I told you. Hope you enjoyed. See you into the next. Kisses in your faces.